The heat hits you first as you step into the crowded classroom in rural St. Mary. 3 windows stand shattered, patched with ragged cloth, letting in the relentless sun and the sounds of the village outside. Imagine managing this chaos: 47 students between 7 and 9 years old, all in one room, struggling to focus without a single textbook to call their own. You lean over the rough wooden desk, chalk dust on your fingers, buying supplies out of your meager salary just to keep lessons going. The roof creaks ominously as a sudden rain starts, each drop finding its way through the leaks to soak the aged floorboards beneath your feet. You watch a little girl struggle to write her own name, her small brow furrowed in frustration and shame she doesn't understand. Despite 3 inspection visits from the ministry over 12 years, the broken windows remain, the roof unrepaired, the classrooms unchanged. You have remained through it all, still holding on to hope that one day, the promise of support will be fulfilled. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information vows universal access to quality education for every child in Jamaica. Its flagship initiative, the Jamaica Education Transformation program, pledges modern classrooms, trained teachers, and a curriculum fit for the 21st century. The ministry says every child will learn in a safe, welcoming environment with resources to match their potential. Publicly, the promise shines bright, a beacon of progress fueled by government commitment and international support. But teachers across rural Jamaica report a harsher reality: classrooms still crumbling, without textbooks, with student-teacher ratios soaring above 40-1. Many say their pleas for help go unheard, their classrooms neglected amid promises that refuse to materialize. Contributors from several parishes report buying chalk, paper, and repair materials from their own pockets because the government funding never arrives. Some teachers say the neglect has worn them down so much they've stopped showing up, powerless against the system. You know this well. You've seen colleagues give up on classrooms that feel like prisons instead of places of learning. Officials' promises of modernization ring hollow when the same broken windows and peeling walls remain year after year. The JET program was meant to transform education in Jamaica, but visible change is nowhere in sight in many rural schools. Inspectors come and go, but repair crews never follow. The systemic failures persist beneath a veneer of progress. You write daily lesson plans hoping to bridge this gap, but without resources, the task feels like an uphill battle. Experience tells you this is no isolated case. Reports from across the island echo your classroom struggle. Systemic neglect is the deeper problem. Flashy programs mask the ongoing abandonment of rural classrooms. Years of underfunding and bureaucratic inaction leave teachers unpaid and resources and children deprived of basic needs. You hear whispers that some schools are forgotten entirely, slips through the cracks in the system's grand plans. Those responsible point fingers, but classrooms remain empty and children face lost futures. You feel the weight of this failure every day, as a teacher trying to make a difference against impossible odds. The system's failure doesn't just affect buildings or materials, it crushes the potential and pride of the nation's youth. You wonder how many children have been left behind, unable to learn to read or write properly because the promise was empty. The glittering vision sold by the government hides a harsh reality: many rural schools have been abandoned. You recall that every year, inspection reports return with promises but never with action or repair crews. The children deserve better than broken chalkboards and empty shelves where books should be. The chronic mismatch between spoken promises and classroom realities is a betrayal felt deeply by rural teachers and students alike. Your 12-year wait for help feels like an endless echo down hollow halls stained by broken dreams. You keep showing up, chalk in hand, despite the exhaustion and despair that sometimes tempts you to stop. Many teachers across Jamaica share your story: tireless, unpaid and resources, teaching against the odds. The unkept promises are not mere oversight, they reveal a fractured system where hope is rationed and resources scarce. Yet, your dedication shines, a quiet rebellion against the silence that has let these schools fall apart. This struggle tells a bigger truth: Jamaica's promise of quality education is still a work in progress, uneven and incomplete. Behind every broken chalkboard is a story of hope deferred, of children whose futures are uncertain. The harsh lessons in these classrooms mirror a broader societal challenge: promises made to the vulnerable often fall short. In the shadows of neglected schools, the barriers to learning multiply, silencing voices yearning to be heard. But each day you show up, fighting to teach, you carve out a space where hope can still grow, however faint. Your resilience defies a system that too often forgets rural classrooms in its quest for progress elsewhere. In this struggle, you embody the spirit of a nation yearning to fulfill its promise of education for all its children. Yet, the truth remains: the future of Jamaica's children is written and erased daily in chalk on broken boards. Your 12-year wait, your daily struggle, reveal a system that knows but does not deliver. This story is not just about one classroom or one teacher. It exposes a deeper failure in education in Jamaica. The shiny promises of the JET program mask ongoing neglect and systemic abandonment of rural schools. Teachers continue to pay the price in patience, money, and spirit as children lose their chance to learn. In the fading light, you understand that the chalkboard isn't just broken, it symbolizes broken promises and unkept hopes. You close the day's lesson, erasing the chalk, knowing the words you write today may disappear tomorrow. In this classroom silence, the future of Jamaica's children hangs in balance: written and erased, hope and despair intertwined.